Time to preview Group K of this World Cup. You got Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, and DR Congo. Look, speaking objectively, this is a top heavy group. You got Portugal and Colombia, who are widely expected to finish first and second place, respectively. And then you have Uzbekistan and DR Congo competing for those bottom two spots. It's pretty straightforward from there. Uzbekistan qualifying for their very first World Cup in their history, and they're led by their star man, Kushinov, center back for Manchester City, the 22-year-old who's finally, or not finally, but he broke into Manchester City's starting 11 this season, and I thought he was one of their better performers in that back line this season. So yeah, they're made up of entirely of Uzbekistan league players besides Kushinov. So there's that. They're managed by Fabio Cannavaro, who won the World Cup in 2026. So there is that pedigree that he has, but he hasn't really proved it as a manager. I think he was fortunate because of his status as a player to even land this position that he didn't even, he didn't qualify. Uzbekistan qualified for a World Cup under a previous manager, and Cannavaro just came in and kind of took over. So I don't like that. And overall, just quality wise, I mean, they're a solid unit. They have a lot of them play together in the Uzbekistan league, so there is that cohesion as well. They were unfortunate actually not to qualify for, I believe, the 2014 World Cup, 2014 or 2018 World Cup, one of those where it kind of came down to the wire. So I guess this was coming now. It was a 48-team format, but just I don't think has enough quality to compete with the Portugal and the Colombias of the world. I think Congo does have a much better chance to compete, at least with Colombia. I think Congo, they have a good array of players. They play powerful. They play some good football. I thought they played really, really well in AFCON. They were unfortunate to go out on a late goal against Algeria, another team that's also at this World Cup. So Congo's a pretty good team. They qualified through the playoffs. They beat Jamaica in Mexico as well, so they're used to playing in Mexico, or they played one game in Mexico, so there's that advantage as well. I believe they have two games in Mexico against Colombia, and I think they have one game actually in Mexico. They play the other games in Houston. But yeah, Congo, they're a solid unit, and I think they're gonna finish third place in this team. And you know what? Going up against Colombia, can they cause them issues? Can they make it difficult for Colombia to break them down? I think so, and they have some pace to take advantage in transition. I like Congo. Yeah, Colombia is the second best team in this group. Look, Colombia went into that 2024 Copa America in incredible form, and they also reached that final, and they only lost in extra time. So Colombia is a strong unit, but since that Copa America, not the greatest CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers after that Copa America. And then on top of that as well, they struggled in friendlies. I thought they had a dreadful March window where they lost to France convincingly. They also lost to Croatia as well. So there's just something about this team that I don't know. I don't know. They're definitely entering in less momentum than they entered the 2024 Copa America, but they still have Luis Diaz, incredible season, their best player. But then they got that guy James, who is great in international tournaments, always shows up for Colombia, always shows up. Even the last Copa America in 2024. Can he now, 2 years older, show up again at this World Cup? Hasn't really done anything on the club scene this season. That remains to be a question. But if he does, then this Colombia team is still dangerous. Best team in this group, arguably has the best talent wise, one of the best talent wise teams in the entire tournament. That midfield is incredible. João Neves, Vitinha, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes. You got quality all over the pitch. I wouldn't want to play these guys if they're playing at their highest level, but in international tournaments, they have left a lot to be desired. They've been pretty shocking with the amount of quality that they had, how pretty mediocre they've been in international tournaments, even going back to the last European Championships. Very fortunate to get past Slovenia in the round of 16. Eventually got knocked out by a France team that got knocked out around later to Spain. So, and there's always been that question, can Ronaldo be the guy that leads the line at his age? Because going back to the Euro 2021, he hasn't scored a single non-penalty goal in an international tournament. So there's that big question mark there. Can Ronaldo still lead the line at this age? That remains to be seen. He's trying to get that elusive World Cup that he's never won. He does have an international tournament, a European Championship, never won a World Cup. Is this his moment? I don't think so, but they are the best team in this group. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, Portugal won, Colombia 2. Then Congo finishes third, Uzbekistan last.